Can anybody hear me? Oh, I got some hope in my eyes. Let's lower these items because they're really close to that title. Or I guess let's raise these inventories. And lower these items. I'm good, Cobble. How are you? Still getting over my sickness. Every single time you stream lately. Well, I appreciate you showing up today. Good to see you. Oh, my music's still off. Good. Been toggling between Shotgun Farmers fixes and updates, Shotgun Farmers console versions, and starting a new game. That's 3 things. Yeah, it's been really exciting. My TikTok account has been growing a lot recently, which has been adding a lot of new exposure for Shotgun Farmers. So that's been really exciting. So if you are on TikTok, make sure you go check me out. TikTok.com/QuasiTV or TikTok.com/@QuasiTV, or on your phone, just search for QuasiTV. So this is going to be like, so this is your inventory. Call this like player inventory. And this is going to be like a target inventory. This is going to be like if you open up a chest, if you are trying to add stuff to a dead monster, if you are trying to add stuff to monster in your own party. Your item and someone's items. I don't know anything about this new game. So the idea for the game, essentially, right now at least, is a combination between Pokemon and Minecraft and other survival game elements, or other survival games. Okay, so we have this needs, okay, it's a button group. So where's the inventory actually got set from? Up here in inventory controller. This is not this, right? This is actually, should go here. Let's see what inventory controller actually does. Yes, it's only been, oh no, not Visual Studio 2017. So a weird thing is, I'm assuming Unity shares its preferences, because every time I switch my code in 2019, it switches my IDE in 2017 and in 5.6. Really annoying. What's up, your fire? Oh, sorry. What's up, your free? How's it going? Oh, it was your fire. I was like, oh god, you need help. Go to Visual Studio Code, please. What I want to work on today is something I've been procrastinating for a while, which is actually being able to capture a monster. So I want to be able to say, like, I downed a monster, did the thing, gave it a Pokeball, and then captured it. What? My theme expired? The hell? Okay, so what inventory controller does is it has a set of slots, it has a reference to an inventory it's representing, and then it updates those things. So this is also going to have its own inventory controller. And this should be already have a group. Apparently that theme has a subscription. Yeah, Monokai Pro. What world are we living in where people expect payment for work? Damn. Cold. Cold. Okay. So when you set the inventory, it updates the inventory component in each button. You should also clear out those buttons. Where does this come from? Add item. Interesting. When an inventory item is added, this happens. You think it also would happen when an inventory is set? Or rather, it should. Oh no. There we go. When you set inventory, it then adds all those inventories to this UI. Is it for shotgun farmers? No, you're free. This is for a new game I'm working on. Yeah, working on 2 games at the same time is proving to be an interesting challenge, but I think it's important. For learning Java in school, nice, Cobble. Do you have any thoughts for unique gameplay, Avril? Still not sure about that aspect yet. So you can read the code, dude. That's sweet. That's really cool. Yeah, I'm still trying to find what the unique hook to this game is. I figure, worst case, I have a solid survival game / farming game template by the end of it that I can use for anything else I want. It doesn't necessarily have to be monster capture. That's why I'm kind of working on generic systems like combat, resource gathering, inventory management, so I can use all these systems in any other game I want that has an inventory. So if we decide not to make this game and instead we make an RPG about witchcrafts and wizards, we can still use the inventory for that. The apprentice of the Java source. The legend foretold of this moment. Yeah, once you learn Java, C# is really easy to understand. We're looking at spatial OS? No, not yet. I'm not really worried about the networking aspect because without solid gameplay, the networking won't even matter. So I'm going to worry about the networking stuff later. We got to clear all the items too. It doesn't matter. So we just set up null. What's JFrame? So I'm thinking that this will clear the inventory. So like basically if I change what this belongs to, it should update. This might also end up being like your crafting table or something as well. Let's make sure our regular inventory is still working after these changes. Made a fully working modular Pokemon game while your classmates are programming traffic lights. Nice. As in like a turn-based like RPG kind of scenario. Right. Looks like the inventory is okay. Oh, one of the things I wanted to add is I think I want to do double click to move this to my hotbar. Gonna be a little touch, but it'll actually help me a lot in testing stuff. Let's come at what we did so far. Reorganized HUD elements. Started on target inventory view. Use machine learning to make games. Dude, that'd be really interesting if you could teach an AI to code a game. What about a game idea based on monster roleplay? Interesting. I don't know if roleplay is for everyone, so I think it would really limit the audience. Committing so early, I'm trying to be more responsible. Oh yeah, I was gonna do the double click, right click. I actually don't even know how you detect double click in Unity. I'm guessing you do a left click and then you do a left click and then wait amount of time and then do another left click. You would think they would have something built in. Okay, so here, I think this should work. On pointer click if event data click count equals 2. Is that real? Sweet. Oh, thanks, Java. I had no idea this was even a thing. Unreal has it built in. Does Unreal have anything built in except for nothing but lies? Just kidding. Unreal Engine's great, I assume. See if this works. How's that counter media clicks? I don't know. Let's see what happens when we try to use it. It should now be on every single button in the inventory, so. How's my indie game development life going on? It's going good. Shotgun Farmers is growing a lot now, which has been awesome. There's been more lobbies and rooms in the game, which is exciting. And yeah, I mean that part's pretty great. It's been kind of scary trying to work on something new. Oh, don't I need like a? Don't I need a thingamathing? Interface? Oh, what? Yeah, I pointer click handler. Goodness, this has got a lot of interfaces on it. I think we have enough. There's a lot of flaws, but gotta give them props for never ever having to feel like I have to install a plugin to make something work. If they have anything, they have things built in. Fair. I mean, it's been growing. I mentioned that engine's been growing a lot now because they keep adding all the Fortnite features into it. What is my current country base? If you mean like the majority of players, I would say US and Europe, which is not, Europe's not a country obviously, but in terms of regions, the biggest region is America, second biggest region is Europe, I think the third biggest regions might be Japan. All right. Works. I click once, nothing. If I click super slow, nothing. If I click fast, it says double click. I'll take it. Logged in your Steam account for 3 years and Chocolate Farmer is still there. Nice, Starcase. It should look a lot fancier now with Steam's new library. Australia server burnt down, so no one from there anymore. Australia server burnt down? What do you mean? I actually saw people playing in Australia recently, I think. But not that many. What are the penetration of shotgun farmers in India? Every now and again, there's a surge of players in the Indian servers, and that's usually covers like all of South Asia, but not that much. What kind of estimate daily players are now? We actually we passed our peak yesterday, I think, right, Slot? At 89 players at one time, which was awesome. Oh, because Australia's on fire. Oh, that's not funny. Can't make fun of people who are suffering. Oh, so yeah, double click. So when we do double click, well, I guess different ones are going to have different, I guess it depends on what kind of button it is. So I want to say, just double click. The Target Farm is competitive mode, not currently. But I am working on figuring out when we can organize our next tournament. So double click personal inventory item to go to action bar. Double click action bar item to go back to player inventory. Double click equipment to go back to player inventory. So it's the same thing as action bar. Double click storage. Okay, so everything else goes back to player inventory. So action bar, equipment, storage goes into player inventory. That's more simpler. What's up, Code? Reigning undefeated since 2017. So we can say if slot equals slot dot action bar, go back to inventory, which I don't know how the hell I'm gonna do that. I'm sure there's a way. I'm sure there's a way. There's a way to do that. Go back to player's inventory if allowed. Oh, so he came home? Oh man, he must be tired. This means that action bar items something needs to know about the player here. It's kind of the same as dragging an item from my action bar into an empty slot in the inventory. When weapons are coming soon to shotgun farmers, I can't say. The secret and surprise. How will the causing any monsters to become capturable happen in this game? Using other monsters, or the player character have its own moves for that? Both. Right now, I'm saying you're when you get a monster down to like its lowest, when you get a monster down to like 10% HP or something, it'll go into a down state. I do like how Arc uses like items, like narcotics and stuff to put a monster to sleep. And there could be something like that in the future, but I think just for this prototype, I'm going to start with just getting a monster's health down, like in Pokemon. And so when you get its health down, it'll be like susceptible to being captured or whatever. Roofies are also a plausible option. Man, moving stuff is actually going to be a little harder than I thought. So to go from the inventory to the action bar, it'd be similar to on drop. Controller, swap items. No, but it's not. Okay. So I actually need a function to just like add an item to the action bar arbitrarily. I guess that just goes into the inventory. So we have add items, try add items, and okay, so that already finds the next available slot. So we need some reference to the player. I don't know if the game controller has yet. Call it main player like we do in Shotgun Farmers. Assign ourselves, and so an inventory view has an action bar item selected. We're going to say, damn, I don't know. I guess we're swapping it with null, essentially. See ya, Everall. Thanks for hanging out. How's the stream, by the way? Are the frames okay and the quality and stuff okay? Are we at 720p now? Let me think. I want a way to, I guess, rip an item out of one inventory and add it to another inventory. Looking good? Thanks, Code. Thanks, Dan. Game's a bit grainy. Yeah, I think it's because it's too bright in here. I wonder if I could turn some settings down. You have your cookies? Damn! Not too late. Eat them all. If you're looking at a Pokemon, a Pokeball could possibly be some kind of capture net with hypnotic powers. Ooh, that's true. I don't know if this is true. I guess I can say, all right, public void move to other inventory. Just take some other inventory. remove this item from this inventory and send it to another. So int index we'll get the item. Here for you, thank you for the follow. Or sorry, items at index. Slots? Oh, this is inventory controller. Public void clear slot. Which I guess is just this. Update the item and set it to null. So then we'll say items at, all right, so we'll just say clear slot index, and our index is cleared out. And we'll take the other, if other dot add item next. So in theory, this should clear the item from me and then give it to someone else. So now when the inventory view detects a double click, if we're from the action bar, problem with this, it doesn't actually know who or what to do. It is okay, doesn't matter. So we're gonna say our inventory, this dot my inventory dot move out to other inventory, and we're gonna send it to our players. So player has action bar inventory. And monster inventory, they don't have regular inventory? I guess the actor has it. Actor has an inventory. Well, it needs index. Oh, I got this the other way around. Crap. This should go to the action bar. If you double click an item in your inventory, we're gonna have to give this a new type actually. We've got inventory, action bar, equip bar, party bar. We're actually gonna say player inventory. We don't want to double click it from other inventories and go to your action bar, only from the player inventory will it go into the action bar. I don't actually know where I even set these. Neither the player need to find the components for a net, craft it, and then bring the net to a shaman-like person who would enchant it to be hypnotic. Ooh, that's an interesting idea. I mean, maybe not with the hypnotic part, but even with elements, like if you're trying to capture a fire monster, you want to try to craft items that are better at taming fire monsters. You need to get them enchanted from like a specific NPC or a specific place, or enchant it yourself from your own like enchanting booth, enchanting box. So where does this actually get set? Never actually even gets called. Huh. Let's say every inventory controller has an item slot type. And when it changes that, when it gets all these views, it says view.slot equals slot type. See a couple things hanging out. So player's inventory is player inventory. This is just regular inventory. Action bar is action bar. Okay. Probably should put some debug logs in there, but let's see what happens. All right, sweet. I double click my item here and it got teleported down to my action bar. Double click in my action bar, goes back to my inventory. Nice. Can actually use it. So right now I'm pressing 1, nothing's happening. If I double click this axe, it goes into my action bar. If I press 1, I now take out my axe and I'm ready to chop it down some trees. Choppity choppity chop. Fire monster user capture with a net enchanted with water element. Oh, okay, that's actually probably better. I was thinking about it like a fire monster you capture with enchanted fire, but the opposite makes a lot more sense. It'd be interesting for farming for shinies and high stat monsters, yeah. That's a really cool idea. Elemental capture devices. Capture items. Sorry, Dogomon, you're gonna be chopped meat. Okay. So I've got this. See, this stuff like little stuff like this it starts to make it feel like it's actually a video game, you know? Like actually becoming something, which is really exciting. Being able to like double click. Then we're gonna do like right click to use. So like I should be able to eat this dog meat. Yeah, I know. I should be able to eat this dog meat so I could heal myself. So over the last few days, yeah, thanks to press. The animations are pretty cool. I got them on the asset store. They're just placeholder. It's probably not what they'll look like in the game. We're gonna have everything be reanimated, but it's a great start. I was thinking a lot about like hunger and stuff, and one of the ideas I had over the weekend was if I wanted to actually bring in hunger and food and water and stuff into the game, kind of like how other survival games do. And I was actually leaning towards it. Oh, this feels so much better. I was actually leaning towards it for like a day, and then I actually played Minecraft a bit last night just to kind of get the old feels going. And I actually didn't realize how much they changed in Minecraft. I haven't played it in like 2 years, and now there's like a crafting menu where you could see, oh my goodness, what? Slothinator with 1985. Thank you so very much, you damn jerk. I really appreciate it. It lied to me. Wait, what? Did it say? Oh no! Are the special alerts not working? Oh, can we please get some love in chat for Sloth coming in with that $19 tip? The tippity tip top of the Quasimons. Oh man, wait, does it still say that there's twitch.tv/QuasiTV. Does my thing still say that there's alerts? Because I think those are broken. computer is so slow when I'm streaming. I apologize, Sloth. I'll give you your money back. My tip alert didn't work. How the hell? Load. Okay, yeah, let me edit that right now. My computer is so slow when I'm streaming. Apologize, Sloth. Well, thanks for testing that, Sloth. You're still doing QA testing even on our stream. I appreciate it. I removed that from the description, so it should be gone now. So no one else gets fooled too. Oh my gosh, look at that bloom. I can barely even look at it. Okay, cool. These those slots on the left should probably not be there when they're empty or something. Pokemon Go! Oh, I still gotta work on running too. Oh, there's so much crap. Once we start, I'm gonna work on just human to monster interactions right now. And then maybe next year we'll start working on monster to monster interactions. Cause like my monster should be running. Doesn't have a sprint animation right now. There should be actual particles when I'm like attacking, so it looks better. And I'll fix this bug right now. I found this bug. When your Dogomon is dead, you can keep trying to summon it. And it'll do this. Blood splatter. Oh, geez, Rick, I don't know. I wonder what that happens. That must be in the player controller. Summon monster. If next dot dead, can't do it. Do the enemies still follow you around? No, they don't. They don't. Dead stuff stays dead now. I'll show you. It's not a bug. It's a feature. Yeah, well, before when you died, when your Dogomon died, it would just, you could actually keep walking with it. Just a dead limp, dead body on the ground, which could be a feature in the Halloween update. Let's double check. So I'm gonna go fight these guys. Oh, how did I do that? Oh yeah, I forgot Q switches. Q is quick switch. I totally forgot about that. I've been using shift. All right, so Q is a quick switch between you and your monster. Excuse me, I'd like to bite your butt. Oh my. Oh geez. Oh, I'm dead. Okay, so now if I press Q, nothing happens. Shift 2, shift 1, nothing happens. So I can't actually switch to my dead Dogomon. And that's right, that's permadeath. So once your dog's dead, it's dead for good. Insta save. What's cool about this, what we have so far, is it really could be, like this game could be any kind of RPG thing. Hell, if we don't even like this, we end up not liking this game idea, we could just sell this as an asset. Call it URPG. But hopefully it becomes a fun game. Okay. My dog's dead, so let's continue on the next thing. Watch those kind of get covered. Where's the UMMORPG package? I want to say I looked at it a few years ago. I found that I bought a couple of game template packages when I first started out using Unity, so I could kind of see how games are structured. And I found that I build my games in a very, very different way than some of the asset creators build the game. And maybe I'm building my games wrong, but some of the ways they set up their game projects completely boggles my mind, like how cumbersome some things are to do. But maybe because I know how I do my stuff, I think it's easier. I could just be biased, or I could be awesome. I'm not sure which one's the truth. Let's make sure these are at the same level. All right, let's commit. I am responsible. Double click to move items from inventory to action bar. It's horrific. Yeah, that's what I assumed. Even like really great and popular assets like the universal character controller or whatever it's called, or the opposite one. What's it called? Ultimate character controller, whatever it is. They're great. I mean, some great games have been made with them, but I've tried them out and there's just so much in them. So much extra. You ever tried Unreal Engine before you started on Unity? I did. I tried it once in 2013 or whenever I first started using Unity. I tried it for like a week or so. I mainly moved to Unity because Unreal Engine, with Unreal Engine, you have to pay Epic Games 3% of all the profits of your game, including like merchandise and Kickstarter and everything else. And that to me was just, for someone who was trying to do it like as a really, really small company and all the money basically being how I survive, that was just too much of a cut for me for an engine that at the time I didn't really see the benefits of. And even now, I'm much happier working in C# than C++. If I had to give up 3% of my profits to Unity, I'd probably consider something else. I think it's a lot. 3% can really start adding up. Make it so when you capture a free monster with a water net, it'll be easier to capture, but will grow slower if capture. Attempts to capture with a fire net will have smaller chance of success, but will grow faster. Oh, interesting. A risk-reward scenario. Yeah, and that's the craziest thing. Unreal's cut is before Steam's cut. That's so cruel. Like, Steam takes 30% of your profits, and that's understandable. It is the industry average. Hopefully someday it'll be lower, but Apple takes 30%. Google takes, I think, 30%, I assume. I bet the consoles take 30%. I don't actually know yet, but I assume. But Epic Games takes their 3% before Steam's 30%. GOG, I'm not sure. I assume it's similar. Imagine you can look at it's like available. Let's see. GOG cut. Problem with GOG is your game has to be DRM free, and my game relies on Steam's backend to work. I don't see any numerical values. It's probably 30%. Would I rather it be a flat fee for Unreal? Yeah, absolutely. So for Unity Engine, I pay $35 or $45 a month or whatever to use it. And as your company makes more money, you pay more a month or whatever. But to be a royalty rate, I think is absurd because they're making the engine, but they're not making my game. I'm pretty sure bigger companies like Kingdom Hearts 3 was made in Unreal. Every Square Enix game is made in Unreal now. And I'm pretty sure, I gotta get my laundry. I'm pretty sure bigger companies negotiate some sort of a contract with them where they pay them a lump sum of money to use their engine, because in that regard, it's better for Unreal Engine to be used by these bigger companies because then they get more exposure. Whereas for indies, they just want to cut percent. No, I use Unity Plus. It's $35 a month. It's like plus if you make up to like 100K or up to, no, it's plus if you make up to $250,000 a year, and then $75 if you make more than $250,000 a year. And then I don't know, if you make $1 million, maybe they ask for like your first child or something. We could take a look real quick. Unity subscription. Unity. Yeah, Unity is free for almost your whole life. I only started paying because I wanted to. Oh yeah, they raised the price. I forgot. I only started paying because I wanted to get rid of the splash screen. So it's $40 a month if you make up to $200,000 every year or in the last year. Oh, hello, Jordan. And then it's $150 a month if you make more than $200,000. And I think this is super. What the hell's the word? It's a positive word. Super reasonable. That's the word. It's super reasonable because if your company can't pay $40 a month for a software, then you should probably be concerned. And if you can't pay $150 a month and you're making over 200K, then what are you doing with all that gambling money? And then if you're a company that makes like over way over 200K, then there's enterprise pricing or whatever. But I think this is very reasonable compared to 3%, which is basically like adding, you know, adding a new founder to your company or something. What do you make, $201,000? I know. I'm sure there's a gray area. I mean, you don't report any of this to Unity. They don't, you know, ask you to send documents or proof. It's really on a what's the word, basis? Loyalty? No. Honor system. But I'm pretty sure, like, you know, if a Unity game is making over 200K a year, it's probably has some visibility out there, and so it's easy for them to, you know, see a company and be like, oh wait, this company's not paying the proper amount or whatever. I'm sure there are plenty of games that are going under the radar not paying the right amount because they don't police it, as far as I know. Unreal's 5% now? Damn. Okay, I gotta get my laundry. I'll be right back. Alrighty. Have I looked into the Godot engine? I actually know nothing about the Godot engine. My friend of mine is actually using it, but I have no interest in changing engines. I mean, I'm incredibly fast at working in Unity. I know it really, really well. And so changing engines for me would be a huge waste of time because then I couldn't actually develop the game I want to make instead of be spending all that time learning a new engine. CryEngine is 5% royalty too. Wow, I didn't even realize people were still using CryEngine. Lumberyard. Now that's the engine to use. Everyone should switch to Lumberyard. Okay, so I said I wanted to work on monster capture. Want to get a game dev, but you know, Unity really keeps getting in the way? Well, I recommend starting as soon as you can. I wish I would have started earlier. I waited till I was graduated from college to learn. I waited till maybe 2 years after I graduated college to learn how to make video games. And if I had learned when I was like, 21, I probably could have been making stuff a lot sooner. I didn't be all the indie devs I meet who are just like, oh yeah, I've been making Flash games when I was like 4. And so I have like, 12 games I made before I made my game. I'm like, oh really? Well, this is my second game. I guess now this is my third one in theory. No time to finish anything? Fair enough, fair enough. I mean, I know college keeps you really busy with schools and with homeworks and projects and stuff. Okay, so right there, I guess it would go into a down state. We'll just pick an arbitrary value right now. So let's make some to-do items. Let's say when monster is below, let's even just do 50% just so it's easier to test. Just run health. Go into down state. No longer attacks or moves. We'll show some sort of a VFX on it. Right now we'll just put like a exclamation point. I don't know. It probably would be like birds chirping or something. Could be cool. Or Z's, I don't know. Show VFX that is down. I guess we just add to the health bar. Add. Change health bar to yellow or something. I don't know. Oh, add an icon. How about that? Hey, add to yellow and add icon. What could be a downed icon? Just like a bloop. What did I put in Shotgun Farmers? Oh, it's an exclamation. It's an exclamation point when your teammates are down in Shotgun Farmers. Could be something like that. How about the yellow and an icon? It's gonna look like a quest from World of Warcraft. Since we put out one from Cause Jam and a few prototypes, never got any further. Nice. Have you read Derek Yu's How to Finish a Game or Finishing a Game or something like that? The help bar becomes yellow. Add the icon. Now we need a way for the player to interact with this. So press E on this monster to open its inventory. So we're actually going to start with this. Monster inventory. Disable combat and movement. Press E on any monster to open its inventory. Later, this can only happen when it's downed. We're actually going to start with that. Then we'll make this, downing a monster. I want to build this system before I build the combat into it. I would check it out. I really should make... I don't know, do I have a command for it? I should though. Derek Yu. Greg Knight, thank you for the follow. This article changed my life. I'd highly recommend it to anybody who wants to become a game developer ever, especially if you're having any trouble finishing a game at all, because this article is called Finishing a Game. And the only way I ever made my first game was I printed this picture out and I stapled it above my computer screen for like a year, and that's how I made Skyhook. I think it's a great article and really helped me kind of get my grounds in finishing my first game. And I still reread it from time to time to remember some of the things I might be forgetting and slowly slipping back into when working on a new project as well. Okay, and then drag items from my inventory into this monster inventory. Close it, which I'm not sure how. Sloth, if you're still here in Ark, how do you close when you're opening up a tamed monsters inventory? How do you close it? Close it, reopen it. Those items are still there. Open my inventory. Don't show that monster's items. Yeah, I guess escape is probably going to be the way to go. Fair enough. All right, so let's start there. So we're gonna make this someone's items thing a thing. So inventory controller, we're actually gonna hide them by default. Now, are they a menu controller or a menu view controller? I want to say they are. They just show and hide. Problem. Oh, there's no problem. There should also be a blind escape is not always intuitive. I guess it could just be E. If you're going to use E to open it, maybe it's just E to close it. In Ark, don't you use E to open up a monster's inventory in Ark? Or are you saying it's F to open and F to close, or E to open and F to close? What's the overall theme of the game? You know, I don't know, Robson. I'm not too worried about the visual aesthetic, because I think the way I try to make my games is that the mechanics are completely separate from the visuals. So like I would have developed Shotgun Farmers the same way, whether it took place in a post-apocalyptic steampunk future or you know, countryside farm, because the systems I would still code the same. As for Quasimon, I've been going back and forth. The original vision was always that it's a fantasy world, swords, magic, wizards or something. But recently I've been wondering if I should try a different angle where it's actually like a sci-fi world. Maybe you're actually on a different planet. I don't know if that's too crazy. In Ark, it's F? Okay. F is for remote / non-riding dinos, I'm pretty sure. E is if you're riding them. Oh, interesting. B in World of Warcraft? What does B do in World of Warcraft? It's another one of the games I want to play for research soon. I mean, I played it before, but it's been a really long time. I don't remember anything. Because like a lot of what we're trying to develop is similar to how you would treat your warg? Warg? The wolves in WoW when you're a hunter? B open and closes your bag. Gotcha. Wait, I guess it makes X bag B. Huh. Where inventory control? Where the hell does pausing come from? Oh, inventory menu dot show. Wait, what? It should probably be in the HUD control. Friendly Goose! Oh my goodness, thank you so very much for that sub. How are you doing? Oh, my code's all messed up. What's up, Littlewood? How's it going? Beware of time when you research. Wow, that is a fair thing. Doing fine? Well, thank you for the support, Friendly Goose. I really appreciate it. Friendly Goose, thank you for the follow as well. Subscribing before you follow, that is an amazing, amazing supporter. This menu is here. Okay, I'm trying to make sure all of our UI code is focused around the UI-ish stuffs. So what should happen now is when I open this up, everything should not show. Oh, the action bar is not going to show. Nothing's going to show. Everything's broken. No, it's fine. Okay. So yeah, this middle one's not showing now because I hide it by default. So my Dogomon stats are showing. This is actually my stats right now. Just got a picture of a dog sitting. My inventory's here. We worked on double clicking stuff, which is great. Very important feature. I had this idea of how capturing could work, but it would only make sense of a sci-fi game. Once the monster is down, you open its inventory and then put a mind control device in its inventory, allowing you to control it. That's kind of cool, but also kind of dark. It's almost like we're torturing these monsters, which I guess is kind of true. So yeah, the current vision, what I want to try to implement today is down this guy, open up his inventory, I feed him some meat from my inventory because meat is what they're taming. So every monster is going to have a taming requirement. Certain items you can use to tame them. So carnivores take meat. Some animals have special ones, maybe special elemental things like we just talked about earlier. That fills up a progress bar, which I guess will also be in this UI. Or maybe it'll be in the world's UI, or maybe both. Fill the progress bar. Progress bar is filled, some kind of alert, and then it gets added to your monster inventory, which actually also doesn't exist currently. So we got this. So the HUD controller needs to know public void show target inventory. Oh, this doesn't actually do method definitions if I do 3 slashes. See the cartoon Dino Riders? I have not. I'll have to check out Dino Riders. My gift a sub? Oh, thank you, Friendly Goose. I appreciate that. For sharing the love. Opens the inventory UI with another inventory shown in the center, i.e. Wild monster, i.e. a monster, storage box, crafting, etc. Don't know if you have money. If you don't have money, please don't feel like you have to gift a sub. I appreciate it though. Good trip through your old projects. I want to download some of my old projects from my repos. That would be a fun experience. I have some really weird, janky games that I made when I first started out. Like Infinity Race, the 2-player asteroids-like space game where you have to shoot asteroids but avoid black holes and not shoot each other by accident. That was one of the first games I ever made. In Unity, in general. So this shows this, and then it opens, so we have player inventory view. We're also going to need target inventory view. Can't tell if my phone is vibrating or if my pants are vibrating. Well, so it's like an asteroid shooter, except the two players are astronauts who are tethered together. Actually, no, I didn't do the tethering part. They're just together, and all the asteroids have gravity, and so it pulls you closer to it. And every now and again, a black hole spawns, and that actually sucks you in. And you have to shoot at the asteroids while avoiding their gravitational pull, but the gravity will also pull your bullets away. And you want to not shoot each other because then you kill each other. It was very dumb. You wrote a game engine in 2015? Damn. Life is yours. I'm never happy to see you. You know that. Why would you ask? How do gravity? It was forces. Every element on screen, every asteroid on screen would apply a force to the two players based on their angle and distance. It was a 2D Pixar game. Let's just make that. We'll can this game and make that instead. Sounds good. We want to make sure we hide these things instantly. Aw, thanks, Life. That's so sweet. Yeah, that game, Infinity Race, was one of the first things I ever had two of my friends come over and sit down and play, and they had fun. That was the moment I knew I was in the right direction with my career choice to try to make video games. Because that was the first time I experienced someone having fun with something I made. That game, however, was not necessarily the right idea. But it was a start. That game might know there is music in the background. It's just my computer. How do you get the Discord role? Which Discord role? Holy crap, so many people have joined the Discord today. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Oh, Twitch sub, I got you. What's your Discord name? Let me see if I can find you. Is it Friendly Goose? Beep-a-doop-a-doo, beep-a-deep-a-dum. I don't see a goose in here. Will you do the yes? Goose, can you post something in general? Prove your identity by posting. Oh, never mind. You already did it. I was going to say something funny. You are now a Twitch. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is automated. So Discord automatically will give you that role. I totally forgot how this works. Discord automatically gives you the Twitch sub role. It just needs to update our subscriptions, which happens in integrations. How does that change? All change. Server settings, integrations. Okay, I'll synchronize it. This should give you the subscriber. Thanks, Live. It should give you. All right, I think I just got you. You are now a Twitch subscriber. Thanks, dude. Thanks for your support. Really appreciate it. Actually, I want to organize this side thing. Wait. Did I just... I accidentally deleted something. A new dream computer. HP Sprout G2. I don't get it. Is this thing the computer? Green boost this goes to server level 1. Thanks, Friendly Goose. That's awesome. Making sure I'm fixing some stuff. Okay, just managing the Chuck and Farmers server real quick. Oh my goodness, wait, what the hell is this? Do you draw on the thing on the bottom? Or is it just like a smart board and it projects onto the bottom? More emojis, sweet! Ooh, Sloth, that could be a cool feature for BokBot. What if BokBot could post in general when someone subscribes? I don't know how it would know. I'd probably have to like keep comparing it or something. So I could post like, thank you for the subscription, blah blah person. Yep, you gain channel points by watching the stream. Okay, let's actually do something about this. So I gotta disable the monster AI. Monster AI or actor AI. We're gonna make it so actors don't move around. And then I don't actually have, this is why I was gonna work on harvesting bushes first. I don't actually have context sensitive interactions like we do in Shotgun Farmers. You walk up to a plant in Shotgun Farmers, you look at it, you press E, you can harvest it. I don't really, let's see if we can get a bush. It's easy in Shotgun Farmers because I have a list of all the plants in the game. I guess I'll just be the same thing here, and I'll have to like, you know, that's when the grid thing will be really important. Bush, do we have a bush? Bush A or Bush B? Which one do you guys think? Bush A, Bush B, or the mysterious Bush C, which I don't know what that's gonna end up being. You guys decide. I'm gonna start with context sensitive interaction, which basically means walk up to bush, press E to harvest bush. Got one vote for C, one vote for D. Wait, there's no D. I'll put a prompt on the screen. It's not as important for now, it's interaction. We'll say walk up to a bush, press E on it, it'll harvest the bush's resources. We'll make the bush into an actor like the tree. So we'll need this actor script. Oops. Maybe an actor layer and stuff. I was bamboozled. All right, let's go with C. What's it gonna be? Oh, C is actually just broken prefab with a missing mesh. So B it is. Here's bush B. Yep, yeah, the only way to get weapons will be to craft from resources. As of right now, there are no NPCs or anything. If there were, in theory, you could buy it from an NPC. But yeah, it'll be from crafting resources. So harvesting wood and duck feathers and using them to create a sword. Okay, so bush B is on the actor layer. Has an inventory, an actor collider. It's wild. Its nice name is Bushy Bush. Health, whatever, 50. It's easier to chop down bushes than trees. Health bar on hit, start size. What the hell's up with the start size? What exactly is that? It adds a bunch of null items. Huh. That's not good. That's a weird hacky hack way that I did that. Good weapon ideas, rocket farmers, and hashtag weapons Discord. Yeah, there are some really good, really cool ones in there. I went through and I wrote some stuff down recently, both in weapons, achievements, and hats on stuff I want to add to the game. Are components that you know from dead monsters usable to make weapons? Ooh, like using a dog bone to make something? So, right now what I should be able to do is, I guess we'll put some wood in here. You get 3 wood for chopping down a bush. What I should be able to do is chop down this wood, this bush. What I actually want to do is like grab it. A dog bone bow. Ooh, yeah, you could use bones to make bows. So chop, buddy, chop, buddy, chop, buddy, chop, buddy, chop. Null reference exception. Wonder why it's not chopping. That's actually not why I wasn't chopping. Let's see. Bush is in layer actor. Oh, it doesn't have a collider on it. Strawberry landmines, yeah, that could be really cool. All right, I've chopped down a bush and gotten 3 woods. Now I want to be able to scoop the bush. Let's actually say this bush only has 1 HP because that way you can just kill it in 1 stroke of your axe. So how the hell am I going to do context sensitive interaction? I don't want to do triggers. The common Unity tutorial way is put a trigger on the player to detect when things come in and out of the trigger. And I found that on trigger enter can actually be pretty expensive, especially on consoles. I want to avoid triggers and instead do math. probably, then that means I'm constantly comparing distances, which also can be expensive. I guess it shouldn't be, depending on the number of elements we're doing it on. It essentially means that like when the player is here, every single bush, it's constantly comparing like if it's near all the bushes in one area. I don't know what the best way to do it is going to be. Because the harvest prompt needs to come up just when you're near it, not only when you press the button. I'm guessing in... Well, there is ray casting. I guess that's the cheapest way. Shoot just a bunch of rays out. It's not like Shotgun Farmer's recipe super specifically like a thin plant. So I'm just firing rays, almost like this image here, forward and to the sides. I can use those to detect items near me that I can hit. Then how do I decide which one's closest? I mean, obviously distance, but I'm like, I guess they're only in front of you. You can't harvest stuff behind you. But I can, for now, just shoot a ray forward and then eventually add rays diagonal. My root is actually on the floor. Call this the raycast locator. Gonna go like here, right by my crotch. And we'll make a new component for this. So we'll call this player interaction. Player interaction, player interaction. Forgot your idea. Oh no, what if it was amazing? So private transform locator. It's going to happen in an update loop. Raycast forward to look for interactable objects / pickups. And well, these I guess will be actors. Last target, keep track of. So we need a hit, raycast hit, and a public layer mask. I could do most of the thing that if it could be so that having a weapon made out of certain monster components affects the behavior of living monsters. You have made out of dog bones cause nearby living dogs to attack you more frequently. Yeah, that's a really cool idea. I like that. Assuming we actually go such a gruesome route that you can make dog bone weapons. Codeine, thank you for the follow. DLC for Shotgun Farmers, but everything is underwater. You know, something I added to Shotgun Farmers that never got released was I made a valve in Riverside that you can, if you turn it, it'll actually make the water in Riverside go up so that everyone has to go underwater to cross the river. And I couldn't get it syncing properly on the network, so I ended up abandoning it because I never had time to finish it. But that could be something cool to bring back. What's up, XDRA? Been following on TikTok for a while and finally got to see my first stream. Thanks for following. Welcome to the stream. We're actually not working on Shotgun Farmers today. We're working on a new game, potentially my next game, a monster capture survival game. So because I'm working on the Shotgun Farmers console versions, I can't actually work on those during stream because the console companies want to keep their stuff all secret. So when I'm streaming, I'm actually working on my new game. When I'm not streaming, I'm usually crying and working on consoles for Shotgun Farmers. World-based events. Call them max raid events. Max raid shotguns. Oh, if you're in this chat and you play Shotgun Farmers, what are your thoughts on weapon crate drops? Like not loot boxes in the game, in the match, supply drops in the match that will drop like a special weapon or a special power up or a special picture of me or something during the match. Let me know your thoughts. I guess we're looking at if physics dot raycast locator dot position some sort of distance. Let's say it's 3. Like Call of Duty, you have to get a kill streak first. I actually don't know what the qualification should be, and it wouldn't go directly to you. Like I believe in Call of Duty, if you get a kill streak, you get like a nuke or something. But I'm saying something that spawns into the level for everyone to go after. You want the special picture of me? This isn't going to get enough sleep tonight. Sleep is important. But it also gets dropped so people can pick up. Oh, okay. So yeah, then like that. The game, but it looks cool. Thanks, Friendly Goose. You are too slow, too bad. So where does it drop, Life, in COD? Where in the map does it drop? I wonder how do you balance? I guess there's some sort of cooldown on it. Like the weapons in Battlefield 4. I've played Battlefield 1. But explain to me how it works in Battlefield 4. You toss a grenade to mark it. Ah, interesting. Oh, direction, locator dot forward, interact distance, and then mask. Been playing since Black Ops 2. Oh wow. Assembling a bed, hoping to fall apart while you're sleeping, that'd be awkward. If we didn't hit a new target, check the distance of our old target. If it's too far away, get rid of it. So basically we're saying if we saw a bush and we walk too far from the bush, it's no longer a valid bush. But before, there's weapons that spawn in like gun cases type things around the map that anyone can get. But have significantly better stats than other weapons in the game. When you die, you drop in as limited amount ammo count. You can't refill until the next weapon shows up. Oh, okay. You know, I actually wish that that's how I did weapon spawns in Shotgun Farmers. That they spawned randomly around the map instead of at fixed locations. But I also don't know if that would have brought in too much RNG into the game, and now I think it's too late to probably add to make this such a big change. Because currently weapon spawns are in fixed places around the map, which is more inspired by Halo, but Halo has like 2 or 3 weapons that spawn around the map, where Shotgun Farmers now has like 6 weapons that spawn around the map in fixed locations. I think it could have been interesting if it's actually randomized, but I think something like that might have a lot of negative have like a lashback in the community because there's a big change after it came out. But what it would allow is it would allow us to have more kinds of weapons show up in the game. But then, of course, it also adds RNG into the game as well. I mean, it could be like there are some fixed ones, like the sniper and rocket launcher are fixed, but everything else is hidden. Yeah, I thought about that. I could do it as a new game mode. Then the problem becomes if the new game mode has this feature, the old game modes can't. So I want to do this to basically add more guns to the game. So if I start adding more guns to the game through this feature, through this new game mode, the other game modes no longer can have these new guns. I guess a middle solution is both, right? Don't change the fixed spawn points. After the game's going, no one basically uses fixed spawn points as guns all over by then. That's true. What if I don't remove the fixed spawn points so as not to upset classic players, but also add in these random chests that can have guns that aren't in the spawn points? I don't know. The map's also pretty small, so I don't know if random chests, like it could be really imbalanced. The random chest just goes to the first person who spawns next to it too. The current idea I had was that like 2 minutes into every match, like a plane would fly over, drop a supply crate, which could have like a special new gun in it, which could be like a, you know, whatever, a banana laser. And so everybody would have to like run towards it to try to fight over it. And then now you're spawning banana lasers all over the map because, you know, the seeds plant more guns. But if that person dies, and if the person dies, it drops the banana laser, you can pick it up, and maybe the banana laser doesn't disappear like most gun drops do. It stays around. Unless I don't know, I guess someone burns it or something. Yeah, so kind of inspired by what Battle Royales are doing. To kind of move players around the map a little bit. I guess if it doesn't work, we can always remove it too. And it could be like an option you remove in your, when you create your room, like no supply drops, kind of like no power-ups in what's that game, Super Smash Brothers? Yeah, we could just definitely do a beta first. That could be fun. That'd be fun. We could actually do it here on stream. We could maybe implement it on stream, and then we could all try it out together on like a secret version of the game and see if it's cool, just like we used to do back in the day when the game was first made. That could actually be pretty exciting. I should write that down. Code, supply drops on a stream, then test together in a beta branch. And if it's not fun, we just throw it in the garbage. Just like my hopes and dreams. Back in 2016, I know. Temtem's working? Nice, I bought Temtem when it came out, but I couldn't get in. The queue was like 18,000 people or something. I think I'll try to play it tomorrow. What's up, Justin? How's it going? I figure I should be researching all those Monster Capture games that come out to make sure I know what they're doing, see what we can do differently. Like a circle in the middle of the map that random weapons could spawn in, so teams have a fair chance of getting them. We could also introduce randomness in the game. The Barnary Armory plus Barn. Ooh, that's interesting. How much is the game going to be on console? It's going to be the same price as Steam, so it'll be $10 on console. No, I appreciate it, XD. You're helping a lot. Please don't ever feel bad about walls of text. For me, it's actually only one line of text. Or 2 lines, I guess. I always appreciate this kind of stuff. The barn roof. Oh, yeah, because then it's like not as easy to get to as just like a land spot, right? It could be like the barn roof, different roofs on different buildings, the middle of the water and riverside, on top of the saloon and west side, on top of the motel and roadside at a third level. Let players actually climb up to the roof. Maybe on top of the gas station will be a little bit simpler, not change the whole game. On top of the barn and dark side, on top of the church, or maybe in front of the chicken statue and graveside. You got disconnected? Damn, it's dying. Justin K, thank you for the follow. For anyone just tuning in, we are working on a different game that's not Shotgun Farmers. I'm trying to start programming my next game that I'm going to work on. And it's currently a monster capture game. The roof on the motel, it'd be pretty crazy. That'd be pretty crazy. I'm worried it would completely break the game, which is why I haven't done it yet. Okay, so now we need like a harvest prompt. We're going to call this screen space canvas. So here is a health bar. We're also going to add a interact bar or interact prompt. See you, Friendly Goose. Thanks again for your sub. Thanks for your support. Ooh, timer chest. That's a cool idea. Yeah, I guess that's kind of what it would be like, supply drop. Never seen a game where the player base can interact this much. Oh, thanks, XD. Yeah, I mean, Shotgun Farmers from day one was built with the player base in mind. So I think, I guess tomorrow's stream, let's do it. Tomorrow on stream, we'll take a quick break from Quasimon and we'll try to implement supply drops into Shotgun Farmers. And if we can actually get it done in one day, which is probably unlikely, but if we do it in 1 day or 2 days, once we're done coding it, I'll make a special version of the game. So if you own the game on Steam, a special branch where you guys can log in and we can all try a supply drop match together. I'm sure it'll be completely broken, but it'll be something. Show me what you got. Just a second. I got to do this. Let's make this a new prefab. Just gonna say interact. This is gonna say E. Okay, so screen space health bars no longer need to face the camera because they're screen space. Farmer jerk 1 2 3 4. Maybe make it a more special password like farmer butts 1 2 3. Okay, so this is going to be a prompt. It's going to be screen space follow. Okay, it just needs a target. So the HUD controller will know about this. Interact or screen space follow is the interact prompt. Farmer jerk 1 2 3 is tradition. That's true. That's true. What's up, Pooh Bear boy? How's it going? Long time no see. You guys ever think that it's possible that maybe I'm not actually real and I'm actually just a puppet being controlled by a game developer kitty cat who knows she couldn't possibly make it in the industry because she's a cute kitty, and so she uses me as her mascot every day? How long will the stream be live for? Probably 30 to 37 more minutes. You saw me in real life? Could have still been a puppet, kitty controlling me though. Sounds like my next game idea. Heck yeah. Okay. So the HUD controller can do public void, show interact prompt, transform target, and public void hide interact prompt. Take a look at screen space follow. It has a canvas group. It has a hide show. Goody, goody, goody. It has doesn't have a set target. I think you just set your target on your own, like some sort of a chump. We're going to say this dot target equals other show. That's because I forgot to listen. Like another half hour of stream. I just want to get this thing working. Math homework, nice. Math's important. If you want to make video games, definitely. All right, so what should happen currently is if my player detects an actor from its crotch locator. Actually, we should do a debug ray. Debug.drawLine locator dot position hit dot point color dot red. Otherwise, debug draw ray locator dot position. And we'll say color dot yellow. So you should be able to see the player trying to detect nearby bushes in the editor. What's up, Justin? Did I make Shock and Horrors by myself? I started Shock and Horrors by myself, but then I got to work with some amazing people, artists and coders and sound people and music peoples to help me make it into a final game. Now I'm starting this game by myself, but I hope that I can, I didn't assign this variable, bring more people on to help me make this game too, but that's going to require money. And I don't have that yet. All right. I don't see a ray coming out of his crotch. Fascinating. How would this not exist? What about final cut agreements? I'm not sure what that means. How would it not exist? It has to exist. 50% of what the game earns. I'm a strong believer in not saying like, so I know a lot of people do like royalty agreements where they don't get paid up front and they only get paid once the game comes out. And I think a lot of times that can be almost kind of scammy, because what happens if the game gets canceled? What happens if I get hit by a bus? That all that person's work, where they don't get to, like, they don't get paid for, you know, weeks or months or whatever of work, and they only get paid if the game comes out. And then what if the game doesn't sell? I think it like introduces a huge risk. I'd much rather only hire someone once I can actually pay them up front, however much their cost is, as opposed to paying them later. Because I'm always super aware of the fact that I could just die today, like even a little bit, like an hour from now. And so I think risking someone to work with me essentially for free. Only, why is this no? Why is this suddenly no? Whatever. See, this doesn't make any sense. Bush has a collider, box collider. Oh, you could punch bushes too. You can see my crotch ray is firing here. And it's having an error when it hits the bush, I guess. I'm not really sure. Oh, it's probably hitting me. Right? It's probably hitting me. Crap. There's currently no active tournament, but I'm hoping to organize one soon. The player is also an actor. Interact will be on a different layer. Oh, I'm not actually using the raycast. That's why. I'm not using the raycast hit. I always forget where it goes in the parameters. Yeah, one of the other tough things about Final Cut 2 is what happens if that person, you know, quits or stops working on the game. I find that a lot of that stuff is like really difficult to manage. Growing community, we should look into how to organize it. Yeah, absolutely. First thing I want to do is I want to try to get someone to make a really cool new logo for the tournament. Working on the tournament tools recently, I should probably work on that a little bit more so we can actually have proper spectating tools as well. Be fun playing competitive. Thanks, XD. Appreciate it. Yeah, new tournament is definitely overdue. What's up, Dennis? How's it going? All right. I'm not calling anything. So we want to say HUD controller.minstance dot interact, show interact prompt on last target. Don't care if it was the same thing. Rename this to current target. Future top 10 Chocolate Farmers player here. Oh yeah. Beardless, damn. What other game is gonna be? This is gonna be a survival game. Probably, maybe. Almost done? Yeah, the game's almost done. Ready to launch it. I think it'll work now. There's a way I could help with the advertising type things, but I don't want to like just go into a random Discord server and be like, buy this game. Yeah, people would probably start to not like us. I mean, the best thing to do is playing the game, because the more people are playing the game, the more when new people get the game, they have someone to play with, and so they can tell their friends and stuff. So I think that's one of the best things you can do. So I appreciate it, because I appreciate that a lot. And of course, tweeting about the game and posting on any of your social medias too. Become a minimalist Android game dev. One game every 2 weeks. You would have been rich by now. Is that really how that works? Are there a lot of rich, minimal Android game devs out there? Did I pick the wrong career? Okay, cool. It kind of worked. You can see a really tiny E to interact thing when I'm really close. I don't know why it's only when I'm really close. It's only when my crotch hits it. Like my crotch has to hit it. Huh. That's weird. Let's go take a look at it. Where's my crotch laser? And it should be like from here. Is it really not hitting it? I guess it's like just... Oh, it's because the box collider is really small for that. So let's say interact distance will probably be 2. And these bushes will have a better radius. And we'll make that prompt way bigger because right now it's silly. Reuse asset $20 worth of microtransactions equals 99% of the Play Store. That's probably true. Tycoon game for conventions? God damn it, eSmash. Obviously it's huge now, but I just wanted to make sure it was working. We're going to give... We're going to give... Oh, so we're actually trying to do something with this now. So I guess when the player... How does this work? If you have an axe in your hand Do you just swing the axe or do you take the berries? Huh. How does it know? Oh, wait, no, you press E. I'm dumb. Doesn't matter. There's a special key binding for it. Why am I thinking that you would press the mouse button? You press the key binding. Or actor input. It really should be called player input. I'm going to rename it. It's not the first time I've tried to search for it and failed. Having a hard time with your MacBook? Definitely a big OS change. I am Hacker Man. No code will go unindented as long as I'm around. I don't know why I didn't do a rename. Instead, I just actually like manually edited it. Crap, missed a semicolon. Blender and 3D code, nice. Are you switching over to Blender from Maya, Dennis? Say it ain't so. Okay, so now we need to actually detect pressing E. Public void on interact. One update two. Let's go. Okay. Now we're going to say if controlling monster return. Similarly, this player interaction thing. It's going to have reference to player controller, player. Player can't pick up items when it's moving a monster around. What's up, Plores? How's it going? Just download some RAM. Oh, yeah. What do I use to make the models? I use Maya LT to make the models. And Dennis, who's in chat, also used Maya to make the guns and some of the hats and some of the items in the environment. Yeah, friendly goes next stream. We're going to work on Dragon Farmers. It's official. We're going to try to make supply drops. It's gonna go great. But if we can do that, then it can be a really cool new thing. Why is my webcam so dark? It could be a really cool new thing for the next update. What's up, Dr. Argus? Yeah, I watched the new Star Wars movie and I'm very inspired to now shoot electric code out of my hands. Okay, so this should all allow the player to interact. So if I press E, I should now, so public void on try interact. If we have something to interact with, well then do it. Which means we should be, okay, we already have an actor. So wait, what? This doesn't work because it'll think that monsters, okay, hold on. It'll think that you can actually harvest monsters now too, and like dogs and animals and stuff. A scarecrow skin? Yeah, I think that's not the first time I've heard that suggestion. XD, if you're around next stream, please remind me to make a scarecrow costume for shotgun farmers. I've heard that section before. I don't know why I've never made it, because we can. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be that hard to make, and we can make a new costume that you get by playing lots of King of the Crow, right? Oh my god, what if we could do costumes for every game mode? What if you play 100, or if you win 100 chicken runs, you unlock a chicken costume and become a chicken. Where is your hat, Stein? Not made yet. It was a lot harder to make than I thought it was going to be, so hat production is currently on hold. I actually have quite a few hats I still need to make for people. We have converged to the dark side of Visual Studio. I thought somebody activated dark mode on me, so I put my hood on. Okay, so we can't do actors. A bush needs to be an interactable object. Interactable. It's also something you can chop down. Yeah, I think it'll go really well, Hastein, when we do an update that has a little bit more technology in it. You catch my drift. If you don't catch my drift, that's fine too. What's up, gaming boy? How's it going? A lack of gravity is concerned. You jerk. Yeah, another form of visible progression. Absolutely, yeah. I think that'd be really cool. Get the game tomorrow, Friendly Goes? Awesome, thank you. Another idea that we've been throwing around recently too is the idea of community events. And so like every Friday there are a bunch of special game modes in Shotgun Farmers. We know about Hide and Freeze. There's Carrot Fest, where it's basically rockets only. There's snipers only. I've been meaning to add like shovels only. An idea I had is, what if every Friday we rotate in a new special game mode that we can all play together as a community, and it's only active from like Friday to Tuesday or something. And so it's a way for everyone to come in and play something new, and it's a different game mode every Friday. What do you guys think about that idea? So if current target, if current target equals null, we don't care. Otherwise, current target up on harvest. A new stalker zombie? What do you mean? Mod tools? Yeah, mod tools would be very easy to implement. Just kidding. But your idea for mod tools are really great. There's never time to make anything, ever, at all. Fumu? Is that an exploding cow zombie idea? Because I love it. You said about back end, front end that makes certain API calls backed by JSON web tokens. Maybe someday. I think for now I'm just gonna do, well, I guess I need to know. How do you get items? How does actually harvesting a tree work? I have no idea. Oh, on health depleted, actor controller, take damage, attack. Okay, so we have to pass in the attacker. That's good to know, Stein. If we're ever ready for it, I will let you know. So in theory, if I press E on something, I should now harvest it. Oh, I have to also check now if it's dead. So on the player interaction, if our current thing is dead, if current target and current target dead, current target equals null. So proud of myself for commenting so much. A cuckoo clock time bomb? Wait, what do you mean? Like a wind-up bomb? With a cuckoo bird coming out of it? E. Alright, I did it! I harvested, Mom! I should have played an animation. Let's play just like the punching animation. What actually does it? Player animator or actor animator? Now we're just going to do the same thing as attacking when you take. Lemon bombs, proximity mine, leaves, acid. Ooh, that's really cool. The lemonade, the infamous lemonade. Can you buy the game now? This game? No, not yet. This game has only been in development for like, I don't know, 9 days or something. But someday, I hope, we can make it good. Strawberry landmine is a weapon. The top part of the berry would pop out of the ground, and once you step on it, it explodes. If you're not in range to be damaged by the explosion, the berry juice would blind you, tinting your screen a red color. That's a really cool idea. Find your motto suggestion back in the mod chat. Oh, nice. Save that in a Google Doc or something. Okay, so harvest. 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 All right, so I'm collecting wood by harvesting bushes. You can also punch bushes, because that's a thing. Obviously nothing you can punch trees too. because this is Minecraft. You can make in a year. Oh, thanks, Game Boy. I'm trying. Punch that bush. And if I'm looking at it, it'll like kind of stay. I think my dog is actually blocking it, so that's something we have to fix because it is on a different layer. So we're gonna have to improve that because we don't want monsters to block it. All right. So I know I wanted to start the day with actually putting items into a monster, but to start that, so this is where we started, right? We wanted to work on downing a monster and then giving it items so we can tame it. But to be able to do that, I needed to first be able to interact with something in the world. And to do that, I had to work on context-sensitive interaction, which is what these bushes are. Now that we have that system, next time we can actually code walking up to a dead monster, interacting with it, and showing that we're not a dead monster, but a downed monster. Oh, that one's dead. A downed monster. We can walk up to a downed monster and then put items into its inventory by pressing E. And that's what it took to get there. But harvest the monster? No. I punch everything I harvest too. It's the only way to really do it. It's the only way to really do it. So let's commit what we did so far. Harvest items in the world. That's a big step forward, but it does mean that we're still not close to taming monsters, or we still don't have monster taming, but we're a lot closer now. So next time I want to work on downing a monster, pressing E on it, putting items in inventory, filling up its capture bar, capturing it, putting it back into your inventory. Every time we try to add a feature like this, we have to make all the systems that go into doing it, but it also now makes it so we have lots of systems in the world. So if we ever do farming, we can now harvest crops by using this interact system. If we ever have items you find in the world, we can now pick those up. Rocks, flowers, ladybugs, lizards, whatever, can all be picked up using this exact same system, which is great. It's progress. We're getting there. The game can say this monster has 2 meat, 1 ring, etc. Exactly. Yeah, exactly, Bram. So what we're going to do with this interact system next is you can walk up to a monster. Only when it's downed can you actually access inventory, or you can access your own monster's inventory if it's in your party. We can press E on it, and pressing E on it is actually going to bring up our inventory, but with that monster's inventory here in the middle, and then we're going to be able to put our items into their inventory and have that affect them somehow. Not sure how though. Why am I streaming in a cave, Nicholas? Because I am now the Dark Lord of game development. How you doing? Well, thank you guys so very much for hanging out today. Thank you for all the subs and follows. I really appreciate it. I do have to get going. But if you enjoyed the show so far and you haven't already, make sure you hit that follow button right down here now. Make sure you hit that follow button. And if you really enjoyed the show, subscribing is a great way to show your support. And it's a great way to keep the show running. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so very much. If you don't know, my actual game is called Shotgun Farmers. It's out now on Steam. It's a first-person shooter where you grow vegetable guns. This is going to be my 3rd game, potentially. We're calling it Project Quasimon. It's a monster capture survival game. Yes, Bram, I'll be online tomorrow for the next stream. Wait, tomorrow's stream will be later than usual. I have a doctor's appointment at 2 o'clock, which is when we usually start stream, but it's earlier as they could give me an appointment. I've been getting some really weird dizzy spells, or something I get really dizzy and like feel like I'm going to fall over and like pass out. So I'm gonna go see a doctor tomorrow, but the earliest they could see me is 2 o'clock, which is annoying because that's our stream time. So stream will be a little bit late, maybe by an hour or two, depending on when my appointment's over. But we'll be streaming tomorrow regardless. See you, Nick. See you, Life. See you, Stein. See you, Bram. See you, Code. See you, Game Boy. See you, Friendly Goose. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for being awesome. Let's go see who we could show some love to. Let's see who's streaming out in the stream world. And we're going to raid them. If you don't know how raiding works, we're all going to grab this raid message. I'm going to choose a streamer, and we're going to head over to their channel and show them some support by spamming their chat with this awesome raid message. So let's go see who's doing some stuff. Aha! I have found us a clever target. Let's head over to Honest Dan Games' channel, and let's make sure he's still streaming. And we'll show him some support and see what he's up to. He's a good friend of the show, So let's head over there. I will see you guys tomorrow for the next stream, as long as I don't die at the doctor's office. Whatever you do, please try not to die before then. Goodbye!
We want to remove Fido. So let's see if that happens. Oh, holy smokes. It's a wonderful raid. Look at all of the corn.